forward in tackling global warming, but more still needs to be done. It believes plans submitted by 146 countries mean a deal covering nearly 90% of global carbon emissions to bring rising temperatures under control is within reach. The proposals have been drawn up ahead of a major climate summit in Paris next month. Here's our science editor, David Shulman.
This is no ordinary fire. Great swathes of Indonesia are burning. The forest cleared to make way for plantations. Fires happen every year here, but these are far bigger than usual, and they have global implications because vast amounts of carbon dioxide are being given off. In the past month, as much as Germany produces in a year. So add all that to the greenhouse gas being pumped out around the world as countries industrialise and burn more and more fossil fuel. The challenge for years has been that greenhouse gases are shooting up while scientists say they urgently need to be cut to avoid the worst effects of global warming. So the UN asked countries to come up with their own individual pledges to cut emissions, and 146 of them have done that. A remarkable number given how many long refuse to do anything about climate change. So what does all of this add up to? Well, the latest science says that a rise in global average temperature of more than 2 degrees Celsius would be dangerous. And the UN now reckons that with all the plans to cut greenhouse gases, we're on course for a rise of about 2.7 degrees, above the safe limit, but not by much. Now, the key issue is whether everyone will do what they promised to.
We're no longer on track to 4 or 5 degrees increase. We are currently, if all of those plans are implemented, we're on track to stay under 3 degrees. Is it enough? No.
So what does this mean for the countries that are most vulnerable to climate change, like the island nations in the Pacific? They fear being wiped out as the sea rises, and they want much more done to help save them.
We lie 2 meters above sea level. If you're talking about anything above 2 degrees, those low-lying atoll countries will be underwater by mid-century.
With the forest fires of Indonesia and all the other sources of greenhouse gas, there's now huge pressure to limit the potential dangers of global warming. And all of this will come to a head when world leaders meet for a summit on climate change in Paris in just over a month. David Shulman, BBC News.
Politicians in Turkey have been making their